Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News for March 12th, 2020. And today we're going to talk about some things that's been going on in the realm of entertainment news, some of the movie headlines, and how this whole C virus is affecting people. And I know that YouTube doesn't like it when you say those words because they flag it and they don't want to promote that kind of stuff, but it has impacted the movie industry. And I thought we would talk about some of the headlines today, and especially the first one I think that will catch a lot of people off guard is that Tom Hanks came out on Twitter and said that him and his wife had been not feeling well, so they went in and got tested, and apparently they tested positive. And they're young enough that their body should be able to fight it off, but it's just kind of like caught a lot of people's attention in the movie business. His son, Colin Hanks, took to Twitter and also said that they're in good spirits and they're just going to do what they have to do to fight it off, stay in quarantine and, just eat proper and try to get better. It's just, I think for a lot of people, this is starting to really hit home how much of this is actually going to impact people. And it's, there's a case of it here in my city where I live now. And it's put pause in everybody's life. It's kind of like, well, do I go out to the movies? It's only one person, but that's being reported, but why is it that's not being reported? And should I just not go into big public areas for the time being to, help this thing get contained? Because it's affecting celebrities and it's affecting like the entertainment industry on a whole. Like yesterday, the NBA decided to suspend the season, and now today, the NHL has suspended its season. And I honestly think that Major League Baseball is going to postpone the start of their season here. That starts in a week and a half or so. I think it's the way to go. Because one of the commentators for the basketball game that I was watching, the Raptors, the other night, he said, okay, we all go to this sporting event and we take our chances, but what do you do when you hear somebody cough? And everybody's like, well, like they should be coughing into their arms and such like that. But do you really just sit there and go, that should be okay? Or do you decide to say, no, that's it, I'm getting up, I'm going away, or I'm going to move over there? But it's just one of those times where it's kind of like we're getting all this information in from the news and the media, and we're trying to decide how much precautions should we take. And I am in agreement that we should take the side of more precaution is better than trying to be reactive afterwards, after the fact, right? It's better to be more precautious to begin with and have all these things suspended or postponed, as some of the movies have just been postponed, like the releases, than to be sorry. Talking about some of these big movie releases, the Fast and Furious 9 got postponed. Now this movie was supposed to be out May 22nd this year, 2020, but it's got delayed a whole year to like April 2021. Why is that? Why did that happen? Why the whole year? Well, I'm going to tell you my thoughts. The Fast and Furious franchise, as much as people love it, as much as people like it, and I know that a lot of you out there like it, its trajectory in the domestic box office has been on a decline. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it has been. I think just more or less people have caught on to it, and it's sustainability is wearing thin in the domestic market. That's the way I can politely say it. But most of the money for these Fast and Furious movies come from the international box office. And they had planned this big, huge rollout internationally. And with all of these events and travel being prohibited, it's smart to delay it. I don't know if it needed to be the whole year, but it sounds like if it was going to conflict with other Universal releases, and this is from Universal, which is notorious for blocking a whole bunch of stuff online because they got this one bot that does a whole bunch of flagging. It's just terrible. terrible Universal practices. But anyway, back to the movie Fast 9. It's kind of like, well, okay, you're going to delay it a whole year. We had just started to ramp up some of the marketing, and I was starting to get excited for it. I was kind of like, well, I actually kind of like the way that they're marketing this. John Cena is on board, and it was looking pretty good. But the whole year thing, that's a blow. I wanted to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this? Was this an overreaction? A whole year? It's kind of just hard to take. A Quiet Place 2 is another casualty of this. This has been postponed, and they haven't announced when they're going to actually release this film. I'm guessing hopefully towards the end of the year. This is another one that was supposed to come out recently here on March 21st, I believe. And this got postponed. So hopefully maybe later in the year we'll see this. John Krasinski, the director and writer, took to his Twitter to inform everybody about this. And it's kind of a letdown because we're just a week away now here from it. And it's got postponed. But then again, it's one of those things, it's better safe than sorry. You don't want to take chances with people. Risks. It's not in everybody's best interest to go out and see a movie if you're going to get sick, right? And this is just some of the impacts. I think that a lot of these places are going to be not by the actual entertainment industry's decision. A lot of this is going to come down to like the cities, the states, the provinces, and the countries, the municipalities, and their decisions to say, okay, we're not going to have gatherings of more than 250 people. Some theaters can pack in more than 250 people. So, that just puts it in our ballpark, and it's actually starting to hit home. And it's just kind of like, wow. Big things that else got canceled was CinemaCon this year. It was scheduled to be in Vegas. It's just around the corner here in April, I believe. A big convention of people coming from all over the world into this one little place in Vegas. It got canceled. I can understand that. I mean, with the NBA and the NHL now postponing their seasons and having these large gatherings kind of postponed, it's kind of like, well, what's going to happen to a lot of the other things? Will this happen to the Masters? Will this happen to the Olympics? Should it? I think it should. If you're having people from all over the world, it just creates the perfect kind of situation for a virus like this just to put its real meat hooks into us. So we can't take those chances. We can't. And for the people that have had this touch them in their personal lives, I just send out my condolences. I'm just like, do what's necessary, do what the doctors tell you, and we're going to beat this as a society, as a species. We're going to beat this. It's just how fast it came on. I think part of the problem was just the government's reactions to it was maybe a little bit slower than it should have been. I don't fault them for that. It's just kind of like the information you're getting at the time. Sometimes, depending on which government you fall under, it's kind of like, well, there's not much you can do about it. You just have to follow what your leaders are telling you, and that's just a real bummer. And I know this has been kind of a downer video for you guys. I never really wanted it to be a somber one. I'm coming back now after a week off. I myself got sick last week, but it wasn't from that. I just sometimes I get bad earaches, and those earaches can throw off my my sense of stability and my appetite kind of thing. It's just kind of like, I get that every now and then because apparently my ear canal is not aligned properly like the way most people are, so that if I'm sleeping wrong, the oils and such inside don't drain properly, and it happens from time to time. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to take some time off here, I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to come back full and strong, and that's the way that it's been pretty much till today. So I am going to be back now, and it's just, we're going to have to play this by ear. Every day we're going to have updates as to what's been happening in the movie universe, and I'll talk about it with you guys in the comments below. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm still here. I'm still okay. I'm fine. And just, hey, everybody, keep safe, keep your ear to the ground and pay attention to all of the headlines, right? And get as much information about this as you can to protect yourself and keep your friends and family all safe, right? All right, that's it for March 12th, 2020. I know that's kind of not the news that everybody wanted to hear, but we'll get back to it. I was going to do some trailer reactions today, but I figure it's not the time for that. It's the time for, just to get across some information with you guys and just share our compassion. That's right. My name is James and you're watching Mirror Domains. Movie news. If you like what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.